this is a helmet. I've got it in place, and what you first want to do is create a paper template that will sit on your visor. Leave some little gaps around the edges and the top. Just make sure it's not touching the plastic either bottom or top. Just make sure the paper is only touching the plastic, because this will be your hex. So the hex sheets that I've been talking about are these. I get mine from my US guy over, and for $15 you'll get one A4 sheet hex. I think there's 7mm hex with 1mm gap, and they look great. He should have still have my file, so if I when I go to purchase more, I just say, hey, I need another order, and he'll already have my order, my file. So yeah, these are the hexes. My previous order, I ended up doing a 5mm with a 2mm gap, which I knew was incorrect. So as you can see, there's a big difference. Yeah, so you'll get one of these, and enough will do about 2 visors. I fit mine on an angle like that, and that's enough to do about 2 visors with some little extra. If you're patient, you can end up matching the corners up and do an extra visor. But hey, so yeah, this is how you do it. First, you want to cut out your thing. Voila. So as you can see, it's all cut out. It's just in the same paper template, and I'll be applying it just directly over the top, just like that. Now, I might just trim that top bit because it was catching on plastic. You don't want it to catch on plastic, because once it's stuck, it's final. It's very sticky. It's like a really hard to peel off, especially every individual hex. So you want to make sure it's on correctly. So yeah, this is it. Now, the way to peel these off, I ended up learning from my first batch, is there's one sort of hard side and one soft side. The hard side is actually what you got to peel off. The transfer sheet is a less sticky piece of paper that sticks to the hex, but not enough that it'll peel it up when you peel up the transfer sheet. So I end up looking everywhere for vinyl decals and all that. Sorry, it's going to be easier if I use tweezers. Much easier. So, as you can see, this is the hard side. It shouldn't really be sticking because this side doesn't stick to the hex. So what I'm going to do is push that back down, start from this side, and you just want to pull it like directly back so it doesn't lift up the hex. So you just want to be careful. So I'm going to move my camera just there so you can see me do it. I'm just going to grab lightly with my finger, and as you can see, hex peeling up. So what you have to do is just push it down, and or even help with a bit of tweezers and push that back down. It's only the edge when you start is the hardest bit. So then you just grab it, careful. Don't want to rip up any more. Okay, that's enough. So you want to put directly back so it doesn't peel up. What I mean by that is actually almost straight back like that, and don't peel it up from up here separate like 2 halves. You want to peel directly over the top. So I usually lay it down on the surface, go like this, and just peel it directly back and just keep moving my fingers forward. Looking beautiful. I want to make sure I don't peel up any hexes. It's cool that they're black. Okay, now the hardest bit is grabbing it like that, carefully. Make sure your visor is free of dust and all other particles and dirt. And you only get one shot at this, so you don't want to screw it up. This is why you make the paper template. So I am going to be very careful. Do one side, do the other side, and as you can see, there's some little gaps, but that's where I'm going to fade out. It's mainly going to be around here. So guys, this is the hex that I'm going to do now. Just get helmet in the middle as well as my thingy steady. So this is the helmet, and as you can see I just use masking tape just so I don't get it on the little black bits, because the chrome does show it. So with alclad, it comes in this little bottle. You have to shake it just a little bit, gets most of the stuff from the bottom. Just got to make sure you get all of it. So as you can see, it's coming off, so you just got to make sure you get all of it off. Make sure it's shaken well. So now the hex pattern on. This is the first time me doing it with the hex pattern. So once you airbrush it, I probably use just a tad, and I got it on my bench. Yay! Actually, I'm going to use a little bit more, just in case, because I don't want to underdo it, then I don't want to overdo it too. So, let me just quickly wipe down my bench. So, what I'll be doing, I'll be spraying it straight on. I'm just using fiberglass matting thing just for as a base for now. So, it's my airbrush. Let me just make the necessary changes. Make sure it's all flowing good. And yeah, here we go. Battery's gone dead, so let's see how it goes. What's up guys, I'm back. So now, to completely finish the helmet, what I'm going to do is now paint the crack. I am using a very fine brush, as you can see, it's very thin, camera won't pick it up, and just the normal acrylic paint. So just grab a little bit, not too much, that's a lot. See if I can suck some back up. You only need a tad, because you're only doing in between the crack. You don't want to overdo it, yet you don't want to underdo it, so you still see the silver. So as you can see, there's still silver from the, as you can see in the sort of reflection, but the crack just looks silver. That's mainly because the alclad from the hex pattern. So what you want to do is, if you have got any other detailing in your visor crack, preferably use a very thin brush, thinner than the crack that you actually got, and you just do it a little bits at a time. You want to make sure you don't actually get on the visor, because with alclad it can rub off, and if you put acrylic paint on top of alclad and try to rub it off, the alclad will rub off with it. So you only get one shot, and you've got to get it right. Okay guys, so I'm back, and see, it's all done, painted, all good. Crack, the Halo 5 crack. So I ended up gonna use this. It's called, it was a Warhammer paint. When I used to do all my Warhammer, and yeah, so this is actually called Apricot Gloss Varnish, and what it does is basically puts like sort of like to seal the paint. So it helps seal the paint and get it to a nice, not so flat. It'll also make it a bit shiny. So right now it's just a flat black, which if you actually look in the Halo 5 trailer, it's actually a glossy black bit. So I'll be doing the same thing again, but with the Apricot Varnish, and yeah, I'll be back once it's fully finished. So this is the helmet finished. It's all done up. I did the varnish on the crack just to highlight the black a little bit more than being a pale. So there is a complete helmet. Looks pretty awesome. The hex pattern looks fantastic. If you can sort of see, I ended up fading it around the tops and the bottoms, because that's where the hex template went. So I ended up airbrushing the middle. I didn't airbrush right up to the top. You sort of want it to fade. So I think that looks great. Just look how that goes. Just fantastic. So get some good pics.